Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always supporting my content. If you're working with a small kitchen, today's episode is all about you. We're diving into some design tips that will help you make the most of your limited space without compromising on style. Whether you have a cozy apartment kitchen or a small nook in your home, there are so many ways to maximize that space and turn into something truly functional and beautiful. We'll talk about clever storage solutions, how to use lights to make your kitchen feel bigger, and how multifunctional furniture can totally change the game. So, if you're ready to transform your small kitchen into a space that works hard for you, let's get started. Alright. Let's talk about one of the most important aspects of making a small kitchen work: layout. When space is tight, how you arrange everything can make or break the flow of your kitchen. So whether you are starting from scratch or just want a few changes, getting the layout right is key. First off, you've got limited space. Try galley kitchen layout. It's essentially two parallel counters facing each other, which creates an efficient workflow while saving room. This layout is great because everything is within arm's reach, so you won't waste space or time running across the kitchen. If you've got a bit more space to work with, consider an L-shaped kitchen layout, which opens up the room, giving you plenty of counter space while still maintaining an open field. At the end of the day, it's about making sure your layout works for how you use the space. Keep traffic areas clear, organize things for efficiency, and try to open up the flow of the room. With the right layout, your small kitchen can be super functional and feel a lot bigger than it really is. Traffic flow. In a tight space, how easily you can move around is everything. You want to avoid feeling cramped or like you're constantly bumping into things, especially when you're in the middle of prepping dinner or doing dishes. A big part of this is creating clear pathways between the key work zones in your kitchen, that is the sink, stove, and fridge. This is often called the kitchen work triangle, and it's designed to make sure everything is within reach without you having to shuffle around too much. The goal of the triangle is to ensure these 3 points are neither too far apart nor too close, creating a natural flow for you. Avoid at all costs placing the stove next to the sink because this can create a potential safety hazard as water splashes from the sink could easily spill onto the stove. And also, if you place the stove next to the fridge, it can make it harder to access cold items when you are cooking, plus the heat from the stove can affect the fridge efficiency, making it harder to maintain the right temperature. A good rule of thumb is to keep high traffic areas free of obstacles. Things like trash can or bulky appliances shouldn't block the flow. Cabinets and drawers. When space is limited, these storage solutions become absolute game changers. The goal here is to use every inch wisely, and that starts with smart cabinets and design. First of all, think of vertical space. Tall cabinets that go all the way up to the ceiling can give you a ton of extra storage. You can use them for things you don't reach for every day like holiday dishes or backup pantry items. It keeps clutter off your counters and makes the kitchen feel taller. Now, when it comes to lower cabinets, consider swapping them out for deep drawers. These are way more practical, especially for pots, pans, and even dishes without digging in the back of the cabinet. Just pull the drawer out and everything's right there. Another great trick is by adding pull-out shelves or sliding trays inside your cabinets. It instantly gives you easier access and prevents that classic loss in the back problem. For those awkward little spaces, like that narrow gap between your fridge and the wall, install a pull-out spice rack or a skinny pantry drawer. Also, don't sleep on your attic space, that little area below your lower cabinets. You can turn into hidden drawers for storing flat items like baking sheets or placemats. So the key takeaway here is every drawer and cabinet should be working overtime. With the right layout and little creativity, your kitchen can store way more than you think without looking cluttered. It's all about maximizing what you've got and keeping things functional and organized. Use light colors. Now, this might seem like a small detail, but trust me, the impactful is huge. Light colors reflect more natural and artificial light, which instantly makes a space feel more open, bright and airy, and in a small kitchen, that's exactly what you want. So think of whites, soft grays, pale blues, creamy tones. These shades work wonders in creating the illusion of space. When your walls, cabinets, and even countertops are in lighter shades, the whole kitchen feels less boxed in. It kind of tricks the eye into thinking the space is bigger than it actually is, creating a seamless, cohesive look, which is always a win in a kitchen. The key here is to keep things cohesive. Avoid too many bold contrasts that can break up the space visually. Stick with light, unified palette, and your small kitchen will not only look bigger, but it will feel calm, clean, and totally welcoming. Lighting. If you're working with a compact space, lighting can be a game changer when it comes to making your kitchen feel bigger and brighter. The secret is layering different types of lighting, that is ambient, task, and accent lighting. First up, ambient lighting. This is your all-around general lighting that should be provided by something from looking too dark or closed off. Then we have task lighting. This is where things get really useful. Think under cabinet lights or pendants hanging over your kitchen island. Not only do these lights help you work more efficiently, but they also keep those annoying shadows out of your cooking area so it feels more open. Don't forget about accent lighting. A little LED strip under the counter or some tall thick lights can make a big difference. These add depth and create the illusion of more space. Another quick tip, choose brighter, cooler bulbs. They can make your kitchen look fresh and crisp. Let as much natural light in as possible by using sheer curtains. Keep your windows clear because the more the light, the bigger your kitchen feels. Try it out and trust me, your kitchen will feel like a whole new space. Multifunctional furniture. If you're working with a tight space, you need furniture that doubles or even triple duty. Think about a kitchen island. It's not just a prep station, it can also have hidden storage for utensils. That way, you're not just getting a work surface, but also a place to keep things organized. Then, there are foldable tables or extendable countertops, which are amazing because they can turn into a dining area when you need them and fold away to save space when you're not using them. Another great idea is multi-purpose seating, like stools with storage inside. You get extra seating without sacrificing any of your storage options. Don't forget about wall-mounted fold-down tables that can give you a spot to eat or work, but when you're done, you can just fold them back up. Multifunctional furniture is such a smart investment in small kitchen because it saves us space, adds style, and gives you more options without overcrowding your space. It's all about getting creative with what you have. Clear the countertops. I know it sounds basic, but keeping your counters free of clutter can actually make your kitchen feel so much bigger. When your countertops are overcrowded with appliances, mail, and just random stuff, it can really make the space feel cramped and disorganized. But if you keep just essentials out, like your coffee maker, a cutting board, or a bowl of fresh fruit, you instantly open up the space and create a more functional area for cooking and prepping. Now, don't just leave everything lying down. Use cabinets, drawers, or even wall-mounted shelves to store appliances, tools, and small gadgets out of sight. Hidden storage solutions like pull-out trays or built-in organizers are also awesome for keeping things like spices or utensils neatly tucked away. When you clear counters, you not only create a more spacious look, but you also improve workflow in the kitchen and give yourself more flexibility while cooking. So make it a habit to clear your countertops regularly. It's a simple way to keep your small kitchen feeling fresh, spacious, and easy to work in. Shiny materials and finishes. Now, you may not think of shiny as a space-saving tool, but hear me out. It's actually one of the best visual tricks out there. Shiny surfaces like glossy cabinets, mirrored backsplashes, stainless steel appliances, and even high glossy tiles reflect light around the room. In a small kitchen, more light means a space that feels bigger, brighter, and more open. It's all about creating that airy, spacious vibe without knocking down walls. One of my favorite moves is using a glass or mirrored backsplash. It not only looks sleek and modern, but it also bounces light back into the room, which can totally transform how large the space feels. Consider going with glossy cabinets fronts, especially in white or light tones, because they catch the light and give your kitchen a smooth, clean, and a brighter look. Even your countertops can help here. Something like polished granite with a bit of sheen reflects light beautifully and adds that upscale feel without making the kitchen feel heavy. Don't forget metallic finishes on hardware. Brushed chrome or brass can give your kitchen that pop of shine without taking up any space. So if you want your kitchen to feel more open and visually spacious, add a little shine. Whether it's a high glossy surface, reflective backsplash, or just some metallic accents, those shiny materials really do make a big difference. Minimal hardware. This might seem small, but actually makes a big impact in a small kitchen. Keeping cabinet handles and drawer pulls simple, sleek, or even hidden to help create a cleaner, more spacious look. Here's the thing. In a small kitchen, every visual detail counts. Bulky or over-decorative hardware can make the space feel cluttered or busy, even if it's technically organized. But when you go with minimal hardware or even opt for handless cabinets with push-to-open features or integrated grooves, you streamline the look. This creates smooth, uninterpreted lines that make your kitchen feel more open and modern. It's a great trick to reduce visual noise. Think about it. The fewer objects striking out, the cleaner and more expensive your kitchen looks. You can also go for slim, low-profile pulls or hardware that matches your cabinet color to help it blend in and disappear. Minimal hardware doesn't mean sacrificing style either. It actually gives your kitchen that sleek, high-end designer vibe, which is always a bonus, especially in a small space where you want everything to feel intentional and elevated. So if you're looking for an easy way to make your small kitchen feel big and less cluttered, try simplifying your hardware. Sometimes, less really is more. Last but not least, open shelving. When it comes to maximizing a kitchen, open shelving can be a total game changer. Open shelves create a sense of openness and depth that closed cabinets just can't match. In a small space, bulky upper cabinets can feel heavy and make the kitchen feel boxed in. But when you switch to open shelving, it visually lightens the space and draws the eye upward, making the room feel taller and more breathable. Functionally, open shelves still give you plenty of storage, but with a more intentional, organized feel. You can display your everyday dishes, glasses, or even a few decorative pieces to add personality without clutter. It encourages you to keep things tidy since everything is out in the open. So if you're looking to open up your kitchen and create a space that feels bigger without tearing down walls, give open shelving a try. It's stylish, practical, and makes a small kitchen feel a whole lot of more space. And that wraps up our design tips for maximizing a small kitchen. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Hoping you're walking away with some fresh ideas to make your kitchen feel more open, functional, and stylish, no matter how limited your space might be. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share with someone who might be struggling with their tiny kitchen setup. And if you have your own space-saving kitchen hacks, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear what's working for you. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.